Alright, you know what, I should probably do this now because I've gotten a couple of messages about it, the Pete Carroll thing, and, well, I guess I should start with the Jim Mora firing. This came down a couple days ago. Jim Mora is out. What do I think of it? Personally, you know, if you want to be technical about it, we did not give him the opportunity to succeed here yet. He has not been given the full opportunity to show what he can do, but since I personally don't think he's a good coach, I personally don't think his work in Atlanta indicated any particular talent, and I personally don't think he's just in general, not a very good coach. I don't mind that we decided to jump ship on him early, because I personally think that if we allowed him a few years to show what he can do, he's going to show us that he's not good and we'll have wasted our time. So, in that sense, I'm happy that he's been let go, but at the same time I realize I cannot know beyond all refutable fact that he can't be a good coach. So it's entirely possible we just swung too early on it, but to me, I don't think he's a good coach, and us abandoning him earlier than you would expect, I don't think is a bad thing. So for me, the worst part of this to me is that I did feel bad for him because he is a Seattle guy. This was his dream job, along with the Washington Husky head coaching job. This was what he wanted to do, and he gets it and he loses it after 1 year. So I feel bad for him, but that only goes so far, so, you know, I'll live, I guess, right? And as for the coach hiring, the Pete Carroll thing, it bugs me, man. I don't get it. I mean, we've seen this guy in the pros twice. This was a long time ago, granted. Oh, man, I can watch the Ray Rice 83-yard touchdown forever. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, this is a guy who we've seen in the pros. And coaching in the college is just different from coaching in the pros. You don't have the same type of control over your players. Your players consider themselves to be more mature and responsible regardless of whether they are. The players are getting paid. The players now have guaranteed money no matter what they do, opposed to if you're in college, if you start sucking, you're not going to be able to have access to the money that... Sorry about that. Anyway, the money that you're going to be able to make in the pros. So that's the concern for them, and it's just a completely different monster. And we saw this with the Rick Pitino. We've seen it before with this very same Pete Carroll that we're looking at. We've seen it with Steve Spurrier. We've seen it with all kinds of college coaches, and it's just a completely different thing going on here. So I'm not excited for the Pete Carroll thing. I don't want him. If we get him, I'm going to have to support the guy, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So that's my stance. I'm looking at a guy like, Leslie Frazier. I don't know that much about Leslie Frazier, but he's highly sought after, so I have to believe that means something. Looking at a guy like John Fox or, Bill Cowher or whatever, not terribly high on... You know what, I'm not going to answer that. I don't feel like answering that. Yeah, anyway, I'm not terribly high on a decision to get somebody like that. So, but I would rather have those guys than Pete Carroll. I would like a young guy, somebody new, somebody not like Cowher, John Fox, somebody who already feels like they've earned their place in history. A guy like Leslie Frazier has something to prove. And that's something that excites me more than somebody who already thinks of himself as a golden god. So, not really high on the Pete Carroll thing. I don't mind letting Mora go because I just don't think he's good, and I think giving him the opportunity to prove himself to be good would just be a waste of our time. So, if it's Leslie Frazier, I'm willing to give him that chance. If it's, a previously successful coach, I'll take my chances there, but in all honesty, I'd rather not if I don't have to. So, anything in that area, if we get Pete Carroll, I'm gonna be a little, I'm not gonna be high on that at all, so. Alright, I'm done. See you guys later, and that's my decision. That's my personal opinion of all this, so peace.